If you're a solo practitioner, solopreneur, and don't have a lot of time on your hands, you're going to definitely want to check out this video because I'm talking about how to get more time freedom, but also how to make more sales in your business while also maintaining your reputation, your stature, and giving your time back. If you're struggling with juggling everything in your practice, you definitely want to check out this video. Hey, it's Tom Jackobs. This channel is all about increasing sales in your practice, especially for the solo practitioner and the solopreneur. And I go over how to do that through the power of presentation to performance so that you get more profits in your business. I was speaking to a marketing friend of mine the other day, and we both support solo practitioners, solopreneurs, and a lot of the doctors that we work with don't have a lot of staff, and they feel like they need to be doing everything in the business. And maybe you're like this as well, but you want to do your marketing, you want to do the sales, you want to take care of patients, you want to do all of the stuff in your business, but at the end of the day, who's taking care of you? And if you're doing everything in the business, are you doing it all 100%, or are you kind of just half-assing it? And I know from personal experience running my own fitness business for 9.5 years, the first year I was trying to do everything just to save a few dollars. And at the end of the day, I wasn't being really effective at any one of those things. And once I started hiring and trusting people to work with me, and trust me, I made a lot of mistakes along the way as well. But once I started to get the process down, life got a lot better. And not only that, but I was able to help more people, and the business really took off. The big piece here, especially if you are a cash pay practitioner, is sales. You have to have sales coming into your business if you want to grow it. And I know a lot of practitioners don't like to do sales, but at the end of the day, it's not sales. You're helping somebody solve a problem, and you happen to be taking some money for that. It's not a bad thing, but a lot of practitioners feel like they shouldn't be doing all aspects of the sale. And there's different parts of that funnel, from calling people to remind them to come to a webinar and actually doing the webinar, and then scheduling a consultation after the webinar to see if they'd be a good fit. And this whole funnel is built out. But if you're doing all of that, is that really setting you up as a professional? If you're calling somebody and reminding them to be on a webinar the next day, and then they join the webinar and they say, "Oh, isn't she the one that actually called me and reminded me to be on the webinar?" And then after the webinar, you schedule a consultation, one of those 15-minute discovery calls to see if they're a good fit. And they're talking to you, the practitioner, and all of a sudden this 15-minute pre-qualification conversation turns into a full-blown consultation. And 30 minutes later, they're like, "Oh, wow, thank you so much for all that time. See you later." And they don't actually go forward with any part of your program. Kind of frustrating. Now, this is a solution, and it's a solution that's worked really well for me. It's either training somebody in-house to do the sales or outsourcing it to somebody else. Now, I've done both of those, and I actually run an outsource business as well, where we call and make sales and set appointments and do all that stuff. Now, I've also hired people, and when you hire somebody, I know I got into this quite a bit in my fitness business. I would just be like, "Okay, go make sales." And then they weren't very successful because they didn't have a set process to be successful. I was thinking that those employees would just know what they did because I hired them for that job. Well, that's not always the case. The business owner is always going to make the best salesperson, but it's not always the best use of your time. Now, when I trained my very first salesperson, I just gave her my scripting that I use, the process, and all that. And she was like, "I really don't want to do this whole sales thing." And I'll tell you what, the first consultation that she did and sat down and did a full consultation, she sold a 6-month package worth $4,000. I was like, "You're not good at this? Are you crazy? You're amazing." And in fact, she went on to produce tens of thousands of dollars for our fitness business. And she continued to say that, I'm not that good of a salesperson. And yet her close rate was higher than mine. Kind of funny. But it's all about the process training the person on the process, and then managing the process to make sure it gets done properly. Now, as a solo practitioner, you may or may not have the time to do that, but it's when you focus on that process, then train the people to fit the process, it becomes a lot easier for you to manage. Or give it to somebody that's done it before, an outsource agency that specializes in your niche, that's able to just pick up and go, and then you don't have to train anybody. You just look at the result and the metrics that are provided to you on a regular basis. The key here, or the secret, is managing the process, not doing the process. And the second key there in those couple stories that I just shared with you is detailing out the process so that somebody coming in without a lot of experience can pick up and understand exactly what it's expected out of them and what they need to do step by step by step. And I've done that in my fitness business, and actually every business that I've been in after the fitness business. I've always created step-by-step processes because I knew from experience that a lot of people, when they come into a new business, they're a little afraid to make changes or make mistakes and not look good. But when you have a set process, now that gives them the starting point, and they're like, oh, okay, I get it. And now they can make it their own. Now, with both of those two options, you're going to spend a lot of time up front, but you're going to save time down the road, which is really the key is for long-term success. You want to be saving a lot of time because now you're going to be able to build and scale your business without just absolutely pulling your hair out. And obviously that's what happened to me. Now, I have another video that I'd love for you to check out right here. It's all about scripting, and it's something that you can share with your employees, if you have employees or a new employee, and help them understand the process of scripting for sales, booking appointments. Go ahead and check out that video, and until next time, you have a great day.